finalized the test yesterday. Okay. The test is on Friday. Those of you at home, you do not have to come tomorrow. You will be coming on for the next time I'll see you guys at home is for your test on Friday. It is open still from 7:30 to 1:30. Those of you in here will take it in here. Those of you at home will take it at home. Right now we have 20 questions and 58 points. So yes, multiple choice, matching, things like that, how they normally have been. Everything that's on the review sheet is fair game. Okay, so like what is a valence electron? That is fair game. Even if you haven't seen it on a quiz, if you see it on the review sheet, it is fair game. You do need a periodic table. Usually I give a periodic table to students and then collect it back because you have to have a test copy. There are a plethora of reasons. I can't give people a, test copy at home. I don't want the papers back. We're not supposed to give out any papers, things like that. So you will use your own periodic table for the test. And I have told you should write a few things on it, and that I stand by that. So make sure you have that on there. But you will want to make sure that you have your periodic table. I can give you a fresh one if you don't have it, but then you might be running at a disadvantage. Make sure it's colored, things like that. Okay. Then the last thing I want to talk about is we tried to figure out a way to get you guys to actually write the electron configuration. And it's a little bit confusing in the way that the question is formatted. So I don't want that to be the problem on Friday. So what I did, if you guys go into your honors chemistry class, week 20, this is Wednesday. Okay, it says practice electron configuration, no points. And this is in the Wednesday folder. If you go into that, you have preview here. All right, there's no grade assigned to it. But for instance, this one says, please write the full electron configuration for fluorine. Okay, so what you'll do is you'll get your periodic table. You'll see, there's so much writing on here. All right, fluorine is right over here. My suggestion is that you just jot it down somewhere. Remember, if you're reading for fluorine, you read 1, S has 2, 2, S has 2, and then 2P has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2P5. Okay, so the way that we're going to have you put that answer in so that we know that you know how to write this out. 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. When you go into here, you just simply drag what you need. So you would say 1s2, 2s2, and 2p5. And then to try not to give away the answer, we have the same image for every single one. So once you feel confident that that's what you have written and you know fluorine's 1s2, 2s2, 2p5, then you just put Na in for the rest of them in order for it to grade it correctly. Okay. So I want you, there are 4 questions in there. I want you to do the other 3 by yourself in order to make sure that you understand how to get that in there. Because I didn't want on Friday's test to be like, whoa, how do I fill this thing in? That'd be the hard part. That's not the hard part. I want to make sure you can read the electron configuration. Okay? Does that make sense? Perfect. So the only other thing, I want to make sure everybody's understanding. So you want to do that review. Participation points are in there as well. Where are you at? Participation points. Wednesday. Participation points are in here. And then the 2 items that you have in your packet are also in there as well. There is a concept map. Again, great little thing to keep concept maps if you are taking AP Chem, which I highly suggest, or if you are studying for if they're going to have any type of final, things like that. So here is everything we've kind of done here. So all on one page. And then there is your review sheet. Like I said, everything's fair game on the review. I do have the key down here in the Wednesday page if you would like to check yourself when you're done. So I want to quit talking here, and I want to get you guys, unless you guys have specific questions, I want to get you guys enough time to get yourselves ready for Friday's 20 question, 58 point test. Okay. Does anybody have any specific questions before we get started? All right. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to check the people at home, check people out here, put jams on quietly. If you guys need anything, please let me know. And we will just keep it moving. Reviewing for your test for Friday. Oh, and I think I got everybody that didn't do yesterday's lecture. All right. If I was to be labeling my periodic table, these two blocks here, these two rows here have the S shape. So it's 1, S, and then 2. Over here has the P shape, and that's this whole section over here has the P shapes. The big common misconception about the P block is that it starts with 1. Remember, only the first energy level has S, the second energy level has S and P, and the third energy level has S, P, and D. So you don't have a 1P. It starts with 2P. So sometimes students like to write 2P, 3P, 4P, and you'll never go above 5P. Okay, or you can write the numbers down the side here, however you choose to read it. Then the other common place we get hooked up, the entire transition metal area. That's this entire block that's sunken down. Okay, this entire transition metal area is the D block. That's where they put their electrons in the D-shaped orbital. Remember, on our bubble sheets, we filled 4s before we filled 3d. That's why 4s comes in, and then 3d starts scandium. 3d1 is SC. Okay, and then 4d comes after 5s. So if you just want to kind of remind yourself, but after you get through, and remember the D has 10, after you get through there, then you have to know after zinc comes 4p, because it comes back out to the energy level. Okay. Making sense there? Perfect. Please, please, please make sure you ask me any questions that you have so that I can kind of answer them together so that everybody can kind of get them. Okay, good stuff. Coming back around. One thing that you want to color there, Lance, it would be at least color or highlight, and I have a couple highlighters if you would like, the metalloids. Because see all these green, you can just leave them white if you would like. The non-metals are hydrogen, and then I don't know why those are not colored, but I'll get those yellow. And then here are the metalloids. Remember, these are shiny, good conductors, very easily shaped. These are dull, brittle, not good conductors, things like that. And these have properties of both. So I do suggest giving that a little highlight here. Of course. I don't know why these. All right. I think I spoke with everybody in the room really quickly. I will be back around with you guys again. I'm going to bother some people at home here. And the other thing you might want to have up here are the valence electrons. Those are my red numbers. Remember, the group number tells you the number of valence electrons, so you can either remember that if you know the Roman numerals, or you can write the number of valence electrons on the top. It's up to you. Ready? Remember, we said that the metal side like to give away their electrons. So if you're giving away electrons, that means you become positive. Positive is a cation. And the nonmetals, the yellow ones over here, they like to take electrons and they become negative anions. Great question. What else can I answer? Anything? Anything? We're here for practices, especially the back of the review is really going to be what you're looking at, that kind of stuff. Which one's bigger, which one's more reactive, all that kind of good stuff. And obviously the electron configuration. And getting in there and making sure that you're going to do a couple of the practices so you know how to drag and drop is also important.